Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's topic, we're going to be comparing studying in the Netherlands versus studying in Germany. This video came as a result of the fact that we were discussing, because my friend here, Christy, studies in the Netherlands and I study here in Germany. We are both doing master's degree. And then we were talking and then we're like, oh, we should make a video about this, right? Yeah. So before we get into all the juicy stuff that you guys want to hear, if you're not subscribed, you know how it goes. Please subscribe to my channel. I post a video every Wednesday. And if you're not following me on Instagram, join my Instagram family. It's at WALEO Chronicles. And if you would also like to follow Christy, if you have some questions for her based on what we talk about in this video, you can also follow her. What's your Instagram handle?
It's at chairlady 1.1.
Okay, I'm also going to leave it somewhere.
Okay.
And now let's get into the juicy stuff of this video. So now let's get onto the money aspect because I'm sure that's the first thing everybody wants to hear about. So we'll talk about the tuition fees in the payment system and the tuition fees in the Netherlands, and we'll talk about the tuition fees or lack of it thereof in Germany. Okay. So please, you first.
Well, for my master's program, the tuition for the 1-year course is about 17,000 euros. If you're Nigerian, you don't want to convert that to
Please
Naira.
Don't convert it if not you collapse. Wait, for 1 year?
Yes.
And that's excluding your accommodation cost of
yeah. So it's just the course fee, you know, everything you need for school.
Guys, we have to work hard in this life so that we can make money, or so that we can. Yay! Okay, let me just respect myself, like PG. So it's 18,000, a bit 17.
Yeah, approximately 17.
For tuition only.
Yes.
And then okay, we'll talk about living expenses later. Let's focus. So but for you got a scholarship to study in the Netherlands, right?
Thankfully.
Please, can you just like share with people so that please, there's scholarship or you don't have to pay the money. So please, can you tell us about the scholarship and how you got it and just give us the story?
Okay. Well, my scholarship is one that's called the Orange Knowledge Program, OKP. Yeah. So that's it. I think it's funded by the Netherlands government. So yes, it's for, you know, there are a range of countries that are eligible to apply, and then you just need to find like courses or programs that are listed. You know, they have their specific areas of interest, so if your interests align, you can also apply for them. So these scholarships are usually published on a website. It's called nofic.nl. I'm
gonna leave it in the description box below for anyone who's interested.
Yeah, so this website like collates different scholarship opportunities in the Netherlands, and it's really worth your while.
I know it's, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like when you applied for it, did you have to write an exam? Like tell us, how difficult was it? Did you have to write an exam? Did you have to go to an interview? Is there hope for normal people to get it? You know, give us the tea. Well,
yes, I believe there's hope for normal people to get it because I'm a normal person, and thankfully I got it, right? Okay. So how I got it was that I applied to the school first for the admission for my master program, and then when I was accepted, the school shared the link with me. You know, they just said, if you're interested in a scholarship opportunity, here's a link, and then through that link I applied for the scholarship. So the school was the one that still informed me of the scholarship outcome because they are partnering with with this scholarship platform, and that's how I got it. So basically I just had to apply online for the scholarship. I filled a form, I wrote a mini proposal of what I was going to do after graduating. You're required to present like a brief work plan, nothing, you know, bulky, but just an idea of how you would apply your knowledge when you're done. So yeah, it was pretty straightforward.
Wow, your proposal must have been very, very convincing. Because I'm sure like there are lots of people that apply for the scholarship. Do you want to share the details of that proposal? That's convincing. What's your plan? Oh, yeah, tell me. What's your plan? Don't sit on camera. This is how I harass my friends. I don't know why. Will you tell me later what your proposal is?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, guys, it's for me and my friend Emily, okay? Not sharing with you guys. So I'm gonna leave the link to the scholarship link in case you guys are interested. It covers an array of master and bachelor. Do they have bachelor degrees?
Yeah, they have for bachelors.
Yeah, so please don't be spending that plenty money. Go and get yourself a scholarship, okay? So we'll talk about the German part. For me, in Germany, there are public universities and private universities. The public universities, I think I talked about it in one of my videos. I'm always kind of repeating stuff. But the public universities are tuition free. You pay like a small administrative fee. So I think, I don't know. But for me personally, I attend a private university, so I have to pay tuition fees, and it's kind of close to how much Christy is also paying. But generally in Germany, you can find courses, master degree courses for free in public universities. The reason why I chose a private university is because, hey, the list is long, but let me just let me just summarize it, because I didn't get any English speaking options in German universities that I felt was aligned to what I was looking for. So of course they have so many courses, but usually most of them are in German. The English speaking ones is either like it's in some town in the middle of nowhere, and I'm not about that life, or like in the major cities where I wanted to go to, they didn't have like English speaking in what I wanted. So that's why I decided to go for a private university option. However, if you have German speaking skills, you have so many more options. I will just advise, like, if you're coming to Germany, like now, I wish I did it this way, but if anyone is coming to Germany to study, I think it's just better to learn the language, come study in the language, because you need it anyway after you graduate. So it's like work, right? Exactly, so it's like you're just killing two birds with one stone. So even though Germany is tuition free, it's cheaper to obviously study in Germany than in the Netherlands, for instance. But you have to kind of like weigh your options, the pros and the cons, and you might end up in a private university like me and still be paying a lot of money. It's not your money, sharp, but scholarship money. But you might end up paying like high tuition fees. However, mine is for 2 years, so it's still kind of like still cheaper.
Spread out,
it's spread out. It's still cheaper than yours. So the first thing we're going to compare and talk about is the structure of the master program that we are both doing. We're going to be talking specifically about master's degree because that's what we are doing. So we're not talking about undergraduate or anything, right? So the first thing we talked about is comparing the fact that doing a master degree in Germany takes 2 years, and in the Netherlands it takes 1 year, right?
Well, my course in particular is a 1-year course, but I happen to know someone else whose course is 1 year and 6 months. So
I didn't even know that there's a possibility like that. Okay, so let's talk specifically about how the 2-year structure differs from the 1-year structure of a master program. Do you want to go first?
Well, I think the major difference is that those who have it longer than 1 year get more time to work on their thesis. But for us who have it under the 1-year structure, we have to, at some point start to work on the thesis alongside the coursework. So it's like having two key babies to look after simultaneously. Okay.
For us, our 2-year course, we have to finish all our coursework first in 3 semesters. Then the 4th semester, that's when we write our thesis. So in the 4th semester, you don't have classes anymore. You just have to focus on writing your thesis, which I think is quite good, because then you have time to do the proper research to be able to write your thesis. But do you think writing your thesis alongside having classes, do you think it's hampering you in the level of effectiveness you can have in writing your thesis? Or do you feel the time pressure and the time constraint to finish your thesis very quickly?
Well, the way it has been structured, somehow there's a timeline for developing the thesis. So even at the point where it gets introduced to be for us to work on it along with our courses, it's not so tasking, so it's introduced in installments, so, and there are milestones to achieve over a long period of time. So that way we don't just dive straight into the thesis and then be struggling for time for coursework. So at some point you need to just develop the beginning, let's say the introduction, the proposal, to even know what topic you're working on. So you start thinking of it before you have to hand it in. So I think that milestone structure helps to manage the time.
But did you already start your thesis thing from the first semester, or only during the second semester? That's when they started talking about it.
We started from the end of last year.
So that's your first semester?
Yes, so we had, our milestones from like January. So at least everyone was expected to, in January, know what topic they were going to work on, what form of research they were going to carry out. So at least having it all figured out at that point would save us the trouble of trying to figure it out 3 months to graduation.
I get it.
Yeah, so that way we were able to manage.
So more like towards the end of your first semester, you already have to have like the general idea.
Yes.
I mean, for us, you don't have to really start thinking about it because you have so much more time to think about it. So it's a generally different structure, I think. But do you think if you had to choose between the 2 years, I mean, you know how mine is going. If you had to choose between the 2 year structure and a 1 year structure, now in retrospect, you're not really done yet. But which one would you choose?
I happen to like mine.
Really?
Probably I'm happy with something that would be over in a year. So I think everything happening in 1 year is really attractive. So if there's a way I can manage it, I mean, I like the way it is now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're both biased because me, I like my own. No, I don't want anybody to be stressing me. I want to take my time to do stuff, right? And that brings me to my next point, because we also talked about the fact that in Germany, for instance, there is an established student working system kind of position. So like if you're doing whether a bachelor degree or a master degree, you can also take a working student position in companies, and you're working part-time. So it's like 20 hours per week, thereabouts. 20 hours per week during the semester, and during the holidays you can work however you like if you're from the EU, but let's not get into the nitty-gritty. But so I think generally for a master degree it's 20 hours per week or 30. I think mine is more than 20 hours actually.
Okay.
So it's like you're doing a part-time job, and you're also the studies is more than actually a part-time job, so it's like 30 hours per week.
Okay.
And then you have your job 20 hours per week. So if you do only the master alone without working, it's kind of like you have some extra time on your hands. Okay. So it's like, what do I do with this time? But it's also like not enough time to say you want to work full-time. It's just not possible. So it's like you have to strike the balance. When you join the two together, it's quite a lot, because you're doing more than a full
50 hours
and so more, because you have to do your assignments, and then you have to write your papers and stuff like that. It's doable, but it's tight, really a bit tight.
Since my course is already like a full-time job, working would be really difficult, and well, it would take a really determined person to be able to keep a job, because most times, I mean, we have classes almost every day. So imagine we have to go to school in the morning, sometimes, like 9 to 12, then 1 to 4, you're in school. So, there's not much time to go to any work. And then there's always the recommended and required reading that you have to do before the next day.
Hi.
So imagine having to work and then having that backlog of required reading for the next day, some preparation to help you understand what you're going to learn next. So
if you don't read it, what will happen?
Well, if you don't read it, I think you'd be fine, but you just increase your chances of understanding. And sometimes there are some assignments that need to get done, that you need to get done, so you save more time in the class.
Totally.
So you don't have to start doing all those ones before you learn anything new. So
okay. So the bottom line of this topic, this thing we just covered, is that in the Netherlands, specifically for Christy's course, it's almost impossible to work alongside studying. Meanwhile, here in Germany, it's more common that you work and study at the same time, because it's possible, and it's an established system where companies hire working students to do certain jobs. So finally, to wrap up this video, if you ask us like which country will we recommend for doing your undergraduate or postgraduate, we'll talk about postgraduate because that's what we're doing. So which country should we recommend for a postgraduate course? Which country would you recommend for postgraduate?
Well, I would recommend the Netherlands, simply because in addition to the scholarship opportunities, you can find so many courses in English, and coming from countries like maybe Nigeria, what are the chances that you already know how to speak Dutch? Or what are the chances you can even learn Dutch before getting here? So it's easier if you're an English speaker.
For me, which one would I recommend? It's difficult because you have to consider your own personal goals, and that's what's going to determine which country you should go to. So I mean, if you don't want to spend any of your own money and you just want scholarship, of course there are scholarship options in Germany as well, but I don't really know so much about it. So if you, based on this video, if you want to you don't want to spend any of your own money, then you can go to the Netherlands and try to get a scholarship. But if you have some money and you want to invest it in yourself and you don't want to give a proposal what you're going to do with it, or what you're going to do with this, the degree when you finish, then you can come to Germany. I mean, we're both biased here because of our personal experience. So I would recommend Germany automatically, and she will recommend the Netherlands automatically. So
yeah, so in the end, it's like a joint recommendation.
Yeah, exactly.
Netherlands,
Just choose
Germany, anyone.
Choose what you want. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions and you want us to talk more about certain things about studying in the different countries, please leave a question in the description box below. And if you have any other like video requests that you would like me to make, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section below. Did I say description box before?
Comment section.
Okay, so leave it in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching the video until this point. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.
Bye.